But Zino, then, what are your answers to all of these questions? The answers from
That's
your
$1 million question.
studio, Mister.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, so on our solution, we actually launched our version 3 of our SDK, and this is something that, if I look a little bit at the history of our SDK version, right? Version 1 was a single reward solution that we had. Version 2 is where we had multi-rewards and playtime integrated. And version 3 is where we have built a hyper-personalization for every individual user, LiveOps implementation, and then also the implementation of being able to send us all the data that you have, media source data, and allowing to customize every single journey that you have, engage users from different sources, media sources, all from our LiveOps environment, all from that solution within one monetization solution, right? So we basically built.
How does that work? Like from the, where are you getting the data from? Are you communicating with the MMP SDK or like directly from the game? Or like how does that?
Yeah, so when you start off the offer wall, right, you can actually send us that data. It usually comes directly from the device. You just send it straight towards us.
Okay.
We actually receive it, and we can personalize the offer wall all the way to the creative level. So let's say you're promoting on 5 or 10 different creatives, right? And one is focused on social casino, one is focused on like strategy games or anything else. We can personalize it on the creative level. So we can see based on the data, and the more data you provide us, you can see the channel level, you can see if it's incentivized traffic or not. And all of that data we can use, and that will be fed into our machine learning system that basically recommends based on those media sources, personalized offer feeds.
Nice.
So if you get AppLovin traffic, if you buy from Unity or you buy from Google, everything is personalized to the dot that maximizes based on the quality for the client. And that's automatically done. There's nothing that you have to do manually, right? Because who wants to do manual things in the age of 2025?
Yeah, nobody.
So it's all personalized based on that data. So the more data that we get, we actually are able to blacklist or whitelist on that manually, but we focus more on the actual setup of personalizing this with machine learning. So that's a huge aspect for us, what we think is very, very important.
I'm only waiting when you say AI and we are done. I mean, machine learning.
You need to say AI for the investors, otherwise you're not going to get any investment.
Yeah, that's AI, everything. Even the creators were designed by AI. So but that's really where on our side, what we took about a year time to really look at all the feedback that we got from our clients. And our clients have been amazing, being able to give us a lot of feedback in terms of what they think of the rewarded space. One of the major problems that we saw from a lot of our clients was that long-term progression was not good. And a lot of clients were complaining like, okay, hey, is this the second dark ages coming for the rewarded space? Or is there actually a new opportunity coming where a lot of growth can be happening? And that's where I see the solution that we've built to be able to allow personalizing those rewards, engaging them with LiveOps, and customizing the journey with our media source data as a solution to be able to customize everything to the dot and powering that with machine learning to actually make that happen and possible. Because doing that manually would be impossible.
No, it's overkill. Yeah.
So this is the 4th generation then of rewarded, would you say? Or is it 5th or 4th?
Maybe one day I'll be the grandfather.
Yeah.
What does this look like? Do you have any examples? Because big words, I'd love to see what it actually looks like.
Show an example.
Of course.
So let me actually.
We'll have examples and we'll have visual stuff on our podcast. So if you have anything to show, please do.
So I shared a quick few slides, not to make it too long. Our slides normally like 20 or 30 slides, so I did a little bit easier. So let me actually see my screen if I can share this. 1 second, guys.
Don't worry, I will cut it out. Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Let me see.
It's blue.
Yep. Yeah, we can see it. Yes, we can see. Awesome.
So basically what we have here is the update. So we actually took a lot of time to update everything from scratch, but also make it possible that we can make very quick updates and new feature releases without actually having to update the SDK. So it's a one-time integration and you integrate it and everything will be available. And also all new features will be available for you right away. You don't have to invest more tech resources to actually update it. And that's something that was very important for us because we saw that integrating an SDK is one thing, but then you also have to update it sometimes when it gets updates, right? And we want to remove that step altogether. So we took more time so that everything actually can just be updated, integrated once, and you never have to update it a game. And we basically have the design. This can be fully customized, right, to your look and feel. So you have the header. If you want to make that blue, if you want to make that black, or you want to make that light blue, you can change that. You can change the premium colors that we have, and you can change the button colors. So basically, a majority of the colors you can make towards your local brand and really brand it for yourself. And we highlighted this premium section, which is really the games that we want to have the users to focus on. And we have different opportunities that we actually have that you can integrate as thumbnails, that you can actually integrate into your app in different locations, like a top 5 offer list or something else to engage the users. And basically, this is what our old offer wall looked like. So it was a really, really ugly offer wall.
Come on, I've seen way worse. Don't worry, like this looks good.
Thank you.
There are worse ones.
You're less critical than me. So yeah, we actually updated this from version 2 to version 3. With that, we basically made these updates. And one of the main parts is really the LiveOps environment that we implemented. So as I highlighted, is something that we spent a lot of time on our side, is that we can actually reward the user at any time, at any cohort day, with at any moment of the user's engagement. So let's say they installed today or 3 months ago, I can still make limited time offers to keep the users engaged.
This is really cool. This is really good.
So basically, just to clarify, I have a game, XYZ game, and then I install this offer wall, and this is essentially what the users see if they click on the offer wall.
Yeah, basically, if they activate the game, right, this is basically the first thing that they will see on their side, and we can actually engage them with these hot deals, right? And these hot deals are basically rewards that are outside the normal reward structure that you have, right? You have the normal multi-reward structure and playtime, but these are like hot deals that we can use to engage those users at any time, right? So let's say we see that the user is churning, we can automatically engage those users with our limited time offer solution and get them back into the offer wall and back into the game and actually engage those users, right? So let's say you have quality issue or something else that's happening, right? Instead of the monetization solution coming to you, hey, we need to target more purchasing users, we can do that from our solution and we can engage those users for you and help you out to actually engage them and activate them with limited time offer, like download the game, open the game a little bit and play maybe to level 10 or make a small purchase. And that can be done from our solution fully built in. So you don't actually have to do that from your side. We can even send the push notifications, the in-app messaging, that can all be done from the reward solution itself. So this is a important feature. This took a long time just to be able to give that versatility in there. And we see a lot of good results already with this. So since we've been launching it and we've been testing this out, especially with early KPIs for our UA partners, we're seeing like a 3 or 4 times increase in early KPIs, but also on longer term engagement, we're also able to get those users back and engage for those longer term cohorts, which we know is important for the UA side. And then this is basically the active offer section, right? So this is basically how it used to look, right? And what we try to do is we really try to make it into more of a stories format. So we had the hot deal section, right? That's the LiveOps environment, but this is really the area that we can use to where the user will see all of their active tasks, their daily rewards, see their overall earnings that they have, and basically see everything that they need to do so that they can actually progress into the game. And we wanted to make it very clear, like if there's some task that is getting to the max time limit, right, that you can see, hey, complete this within this time frame so that you don't get user complaints, right? So we wanted to make everything crystal clear for the user's perspective. Whereas in the past, it wasn't very clear. You didn't really know what campaigns were showing what or what was happening on that side. And we wanted to make that user experience just that much better and easy to navigate.
Spicy question.
Sure.
How do you know this SDK 3.0 is going to perform better than 2.0? Have you done any tests or like user feedback or anything? Because I mean, it looks way better, but will it convert better?
Yeah, so everything is A/B testing with us. So everything we test out, we do on our own rewards apps first.
Nice.
We've tested everything and tried this out. It took us about a year to develop all of this, right? And why did it take a year to develop all of this? Is really that we tested out a lot, right? This button here, making sure that this button actually shows correctly. We don't get user complaints from this.
Okay.
That's really, we spend a lot of time just on making sure that, hey, is everything really clear for the user, right?
That's amazing.
We know that if something is not clear on an offer wall, the first thing that the user is going to do is give you a 1-star review. Right?
Yeah, like bye-bye. See you never.
So
see you never.
We want to make sure everything is crystal clear. That was very important for us, and that's why we took so much time to really try to make this as clear as possible and really test out.
Yeah.
Okay, if we have this design, how many support tickets do we get? Right? It's not only does it monetize well, but also that part. Yeah.
That was exactly the answer I was hoping to get. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So
So
I
Listeners,
guess,
dear listeners,
yeah,
A/B test fucking everything. I mean, this is very important. This is very important. Like, this is also like data-driven decisions. Not like, oh wait, this looks better because I feel so. No, you need data. Okay.
so I guess the
100%.
next slide is going to say $1,000 ECPM in the States.
Well, I think that's what most of the offer walls say, right?
Yeah, all of them.
I think all of them have the same message on their website, right? With personalization, we can actually achieve higher than that. It's something that with the right personalization and showing the right campaigns to the right users at the right time, you can actually get much higher than that. So we've seen on our side with our own app about in the 2000 range for our CPMs. That is something that we, with personalization, this offer wall solution just gets better and better and better, right? Because you show only to the right users at the right time, right? So the chance that the advertiser is going to be happy and bid more is only going to increase on that side. So the next one is really the new offer details. So this is really what I highlighted on our side is really the personalization of the offers, right? So what you can see here right now is that we have a leveling system that is built directly into our offer wall solutions. And that leveling system basically allows us to reward users and give them bonuses based on the individual user basis, right? So let's say that individual user is playing the games more, they actually get a level up and they get higher bonuses. So it gamifies the experience for the users so that when they do more things in the app, they purchase it, they make purchases, they're more active, they get increased rewards from that and also level up. And what we focus on our side is not only to be able to have this leveling system, but this leveling system can actually be dynamic for different users. So we can actually show to one user one leveling system and to another user another leveling system. And what we try to do with that is we try to see what leveling system actually engages the users more to purchase more, to be more active and to be more engaged. And we do different segmentations of that. And that gets not only A/B tested, it gets like 3, 4, 5 times to 10 times different solutions tested at the same time so that we can actually see what's actually engaging the users more with what type of reward level and leveling system. So we can customize this on the offer wall, not only what the games that they see, but also what the offer structure will be and the reward structure will be. All these different things that are really hyper-personalized in the offer wall itself that allow us to really tailor the view to that particular user. And that's something that is very difficult, but super, super cool, right? It's super, super cool to be able to do that.
And I guess like fundamentally, right, this looks really good, right? But right now, what would you say would be the main criteria for your game that you need to have for like offer walls to actually make sense as a monetization solution? Like you're not going to be working with Voodoo for like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. So the why is really the most important part of this. Why would I actually want to do why would I actually want to try to get the reward? If there's not a clear why from the user's perspective, it can look amazing, but the user's not going to do anything on it, right? So the incentive is super, super important to be able to monetize correctly on it, right? So if you have a hyper-personalized IAA-based game, or a hyper-casual IAA-based game, what is the incentive for the user to actually engage with an offer wall? They can just watch a rewarded video ad and they're going to get their next level opportunity and go further from there. It's not really going to monetize well. But for apps that are IAP based or hybrid, the incentive becomes larger because instead of purchasing something or playing or buying something, some users will just drop off. Now they can actually engage with the games and play those games and get their coins and their rewards on their game just by playing other games. And that's really where the monetization solution will have a big impact. If you have a monetization stack that where the user is more incentivized to actually engage with an offer wall, so IAP based games or paywall solutions or other thing, then an offer wall solution like a monetization solution can work really, really, really well. And that's where you can segment your users and say, okay, hey, I don't want to send my whales here. I only want to send the users, the non-payers, and maybe some dolphins, right? And try to maximize the value out of those because normally they don't purchase that much, right? Push those users to get the maximum out of their monetization stack. So an IAP-based game or a rewarded app, right? These kind of solutions work really, really well with a monetization solution like this.
Nice. Okay. And then is there like a requirement on the size of the DAUs or MAUs, or like it doesn't really matter that much?
Yeah, of course. Like the more DAU, the more happy I get, right?
I mean, of course, yeah.
No, it's really important. If you're very small, right? I would say don't start with an offer wall solution right from the get-go. Your IAP-based users are always going to be your biggest monetization opportunity, right? So making sure that you monetize your IAP-based users and making that to a near profitability or profitability from a UA perspective is going to be, of course, very, very important. This is really an add-on to maximize your monetization, how I would see it. If you start with it, it might just be it wouldn't be the best solution to start off with this, right? Especially on the beginning phase, unless you want to try it, right? Of course, but I think making your game work well for IAP would be your first objective. And once you get that, and then you want to maximize the earnings for a particular publisher, that's when, from your monetization stack, that's really where an offer wall comes in and fits perfectly into the mix.
So just so our listeners get an idea of perspective, right? What's the average revenue share of the clients that you work with that you contribute to their overall revenue? Is it 10%, 20%, 5%?
So it really depends on the genre. So what I mean on the category. So if it's a rewarded app, right, we have quite a high percentage of that, of course. But if you're looking at a game, right, it can range from 5% to 30% of the revenue. So that's really where it depends how you engage the users, really, and how you can get the users to actually engage with an offer wall solution, and how much impact of that will have in terms of percentage. But yeah, it can definitely have a good percentage impact of it.
Yeah, how can we implement it into all the games that we manage? Should we just drop you an email?
Yeah, just drop me an email.
Who's your daddy at?
Yeah, who's your daddy at Tyrads, right? The new grandfather, right?
New grandfather at Tyrads.com.
Yeah, new grandfather. Grandpuppy at Tyrads. No, but that's basically, you can always reach out towards me and I can connect you with my team. So my email is Zino at Tyrads.com. On LinkedIn, you can also find me. I usually answer to all my LinkedIn messages, especially if there's opportunities on that side. So reaching out to me on LinkedIn or reaching to me out on my email, or opportunities really to get the most to allow us to help you monetize your solutions. And yeah, that's it.
Nice. Perfect.